I feel like I grew up wanting to be a YouTuber. Like, I feel like every kid had.
And now you work at YouTube. Oh my gosh.
Like Bad Bunny's halftime show.
Right.
So just to summarize, I was a Bush C37. So this is also your sign to apply to things, even if you think you're not going to meet the requirements or the qualifications. Like, be the role model you needed when you were younger. It's also possible for you. It just takes some extra work to get there, but it's definitely something that you can do.
Welcome to the Human Presence, the conversation about multidimensional aspects of human being. Today, I'm with my dear friend Britney, and we're gonna discuss interesting topics about her personality. Britney works at Google. That's how we actually met.
Yes.
Mutual friend at Google.
Yeah.
And she's also a content creator, aka content economist.
The rebrand.
Yes. I feel Britney is such an interesting personality, and we are experiencing the same thing, which is moving to New York from San Francisco.
Yeah.
So if you could just give us a little bit of background around your career, your life actually, and what brought you here to New York.
Yes. Well, thank you so much, Victoria, for having me. I'm so excited for your podcast. My name is Britney, and I'm from Los Angeles. I was born and raised out there near the 562 Long Beach area. I went to UCLA and I got to intern at Google in 2022. So I've been at Google for about 4 years now, and I just actually switched to the YouTube market. So I'm really excited to be working with our mid-market advertisers. Outside of work, like Victoria mentioned, I'm a content creator, content economist, as I like to say. But y'all can also find me doing a bunch of side quests. I know we have a couple of things we'll talk about later today, but I love to do random, really weird things. It'll make more sense in a bit, but side quests are really fun for me, and it's something that I really enjoy doing. So a little bit about me. Yeah.
I love that. I love the fact that you have like so many other things you are interested about, and then you can compress it in one, which is like super, super inspiring.
Oh, thank you. I know there's a bunch of projects happening. We always talk about this back and forth, but the energy, the mind, like there's so many things to do, especially now that we're in New York together. So it's really the best place to be for creativity.
100%. And how does it feel for you, like being born and raised in LA, then moving to San Francisco, then right now moving to New York? Like, what kind of main differences do you see in those cities?
It's a great question. I am an LA girl through and through. I truly think LA is one of the best cities, one of the best cities in the world. I'm so grateful that I got to be born and raised there. I think LA has the beach. And it's very rooted in wellness. You're probably going home around 11 p.m. in like the best way. Like I truly think I have such a good time in LA, and the people and the food are so good also. Going to San Francisco, I moved during COVID time. And so I feel like it was a little hit or miss at first. That being said, the community I built there, I think we talked about this as well. The community of friends and the network that I built in that city are truly like the best things in the world. Like truly, like the people that I got to meet that advocate for me on a daily basis. Even moving here, it was so easy because that city of San Francisco gave me such incredible people, but also very rooted in wellness, and you're home by like 8 p.m. even. And then I came to New York, and New York, I feel like I live 5 lives in a day. Like I'm consistently like going, like we're doing this after work. Like I have a dinner plan after this also. Like I truly think it's such a great city to be creative, lock in on work, on your other goals, because you honestly don't sleep a lot here. You really don't.
No, you don't have time for sleep.
No, you really don't. And somehow I have energy though. And I feel like that is the beautiful part about the city, is that there's just so many people doing so many things that there's just such an incredible energy that I think I've only ever been able to find in the city.
And what would you say about differences working in Silicon Valley in tech versus working in New York in tech?
Very, very good question. I think like high level, the hours are different. So like I'm gonna just give you a very tactical like explanation. In the Bay, I feel like you're in the office by like 8:30, 9, and you're home by like 3:30, 4. Whereas here, I feel like in New York, you're working from like maybe 9:30 to like 6 p.m. Like I truly feel like it's like a big difference because you're working more here. I don't know what it is. My friends and I always talk about it. Why do you work more in New York?
Yeah.
On the other hand, though, I do think that it's interesting to be in Silicon Valley because everyone there worked in tech. Like I feel like a lot of our friends,
bubble.
Yes, it was really a tech bubble. No matter all my neighbors somehow were connected to tech. They worked at a tech company, whatever it was.
Neighbors?
neighbors in my building.
In the building?
In my building.
Wait, what?
They all had some sort of like, and
Oh
like
my god, my neighbor was also working at Google actually.
see what I mean? Like
In the
I
building.
feel like it was such a bubble. And here in New York, I feel like
That's true.
you get to meet people from such different backgrounds. Don't just work in corporate, that are also trying to be on Broadway, that are like actors. That I don't know. I just think there's so many more people here, therefore you meet such different industries also.
No, that's such a good point actually. Yeah, like I feel I was also in Dublin before and that was such a tech bubble. Then moving to San Francisco, again, same tech bubble.
Yeah.
And now it's like, wow, like I can do anything and I can become anyone here because there's so many possibilities. So I love that. I would love to also talk with you about the content creation and what you actually like you are like building right now. What prompts you that to explore this topic also?
Yes. Okay. So great question. So I've been trying to be, I feel like I grew up wanting to be a YouTuber. Like, I feel like every kid had.
And now you work at YouTube. Oh my gosh.
Like, it's such a full circle moment. Like, it's such an amazing product to be on. I'm so grateful for the opportunity. But for years, I watched videos on YouTube. And so I was always inspired to do it, but I never did it. And I think in San Francisco, I had extra time, so I decided to just put some content out there, and it did really well. I think I had a couple of videos that went viral, and it was awesome, but I didn't quite build a personal brand. And then I had a lovely friend come to New York, and I think that I felt super motivated to not just post with the intent to go viral. It was instead to have an intent to build an actual brand, and I think that that was truly the unlock. And that brand, I hope, is I'm Latina, I'm first gen. I was first in my family to like leave Los Angeles, first in my family to go straight to college, like a university. I'm also a first time homeowner. And so these are all just like lots of firsts for me. And I know that I'm not the first of many, I'm the first of many. And so I want to encourage other people to just have some sort of playbook. And so that's what my content is really rooted in.
That's such like spot on. Like you have so many like good insights which you can pack in like one thing and then like you can just share that. What is like your mission, like from your like bottom of your heart when you're like talking to Latinas or like the future people in tech or like the inspiring people to also build wealth in an early age and you building your career in your early 20s? Like what kind of mission you have like coming from your heart?
Oh my God, such a sweet question. I think I go by this like saying that's like, be the role model you needed when you were younger. And I think that that is something that I've carried with me my whole life. I had my set of role models and I'm so grateful for them. I also want to give back and be able to show, sometimes you gotta just believe it, it's real. And so for me, like being Latina at a company like this, it was not something that I thought was even possible until I met someone at Google who actually referred me to the intern at Google.
No way.
And it's all about meeting people, right? And just seeing like what is really possible. And I think that's what I want my content to show, is that like it's also possible for you. It just takes some extra work to get there, but it's definitely something that you can do.
And that was like, you getting into Google was through networking and meeting right people, right?
Exactly.
So what kind of advice would you give to aspiring Gen Z audience who would like to also join tech?
Yes, good question. So I think there's two things that come to mind. The first is to not be afraid to reach out. I've been to a lot of panels where people will be like, oh, like, and reach out, like, feel free to reach out. I used to never reach out. And then randomly, I ended up getting into a coffee chat. I reached out for a coffee chat to a person that worked at Google. She responded and was like, let's talk. Oh, wow. She ended up liking me so much that I went home with a referral. And I feel like that is truly like the difference. And I literally found her by looking on LinkedIn. I looked for Latinas who worked at Google. At that point, there was a really small population. So it was really easy to find them. I got to connect with her just based on like our shared background. And it was, I remember she had mentioned she was first gen and a daughter of Mexican immigrants. And so it like really resonated with me. Obviously I had the same background actually. And so that's how I reached out.
Wow, that's so amazing. And that just flew like that, right?
Yeah, and so like it really is a power reaching out and being confident. Like I think like being confident, being prepared also. I came with insights for that coffee chat. I love an agenda. It's one thing to network, but it's also one thing to build a community of career sponsors. And I think an organized agenda, I think, goes a long way to show like you prepare for the meeting.
Do you think that preparation also brought you so high in your career so quickly in your 20s?
I think that it did. I think that how you show up to a meeting or how you show up for first impressions, I think will matter every single like part of your life. Like truly, like I think impressions do matter. It's all a part of your brand. Like I want to be that person that people want to come to when they have a problem. I want to be that person that like if I need confidence. Like my friends call me like a people empowerer, and I think it's
You are.
because I love to hype up people and
Yeah.
remind them like you are capable, you've done this already.
Yeah.
The opportunity is there for a reason.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that about you. You know, you're always up. You're always down for something. You know, it's like, yeah, I'm in. Let's do this. I love that. I love that. It's really good to have that person around you in life. You know, like
You need
to
a hype man. You
yeah.
really do. You got to find people that are willing to like encourage you throughout
Yeah.
all parts of life. Yeah.
What do you think about also like emotional intelligence at workforce?
Oh, great question. It's definitely important. I do think that we work in sales, and so we did work in sales.
We used to.
We used to work in sales, and I think emotional intelligence was such a big part of it in terms of how you show up with leadership, how you show up with clients. I do think it's important to have it, and I mean, I improved my emotional intelligence throughout time because candidly, our job was to influence.
Yeah.
And I think that like the best way to influence was using emotional intelligence to be able to kind of scope out a client, a senior stakeholder, whatever it was, and hopefully get them to, you know, activate on whatever you wanted to influence. So I definitely think it's important. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you can also build it up, right? Like through working in sales and like relevant skills, you can always build up your emotional intelligence as well.
Plus, it makes you good at networking,
Yeah.
good at people. I think that I'm learning a lot from you actually, but I think like you embody that confidence and you embody like that emotional intelligence and being able to go up to people. You introduce me, vice versa. Like I think it's just such a good community to be around for sure.
Yeah. I'm literally like, that's something which leads me always, you know, like
Yeah.
to be able to be open-minded and also creative at the same time and just like connect with people. Speaking of which, I know that right now we are also like focusing more on being something else beyond only one job, which
Right.
are especially like in our generation, right?
Yeah.
We have this multidimensional like way of expressing ourselves through creativity, tech, personal branding, etc.
Right.
What do you think is the future for people who would like to also be not categorized with only one identity, but also with different things? Do you think that's worth building that up?
I absolutely think so. One thing that I've always talked about is the fact that I wanted to build something outside of my 9 to 5. We work in corporate.
Yeah.
Sometimes priorities change, and that, you know, we see layoffs happening right now with different companies. And I think that's why it's so important to make sure that you have a community, a network, an ongoing basis of skills you're building outside of work.
Yeah.
Just yesterday, I updated my LinkedIn bio.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I like
And
that.
Thank you. And I think like it just comes to show like I don't want this company to only be my only identity. I want to be able to also be known as a people empowerer, as a Gen Z in tech, as someone who is confident. So I think it's worth it 1000%. That goes even further, I think, sometimes, because that is truly what connects you to people. It's not going to be the company you work at. I think it'll be the experiences you have and what you're willing to also show others.
And also being authentic right now.
Exactly.
It's just something which comes naturally and people can sense that if you're being authentic or not.
1000%. I mean, right now we're in like this era of oversaturation, right? There's so much content, there's so many creators out there, so many people. And so I think what really builds your niche is just being authentic to who you are.
And also, like, by being authentic, you were able to get at the Super Bowl and and dance.
Great tee up.
Right? That was crazy. Like, I remember I saw on Instagram, you were like, how's the grass? I was like, what? How did it happen? But also, it's kind of like being on this wave and the flow and like opportunities are just coming to which you haven't even thought about before. How did it happen for you?
Okay, so great question. So just to summarize, I was a Bush C37 during Bad Bunny's halftime show,
Right.
which was so fun. Such an experience for me. But so this is actually me being pretty open because I actually saw the application come up on my TikTok. I think the recruitment company, I posted about it. But in the requirements, you had to be slender and over 5'9". I'm 5'8", by the way. I am also not slender. And so I told myself, I was like, I'm not going to apply. I'm not going to get in.
No way.
But then an hour later, I was like, wait, why not? I'm like, I'm going to apply anyways. And then I found out like a week later, I got chosen as a Bush. So this is also your sign to apply to things, even if you think you're not going to meet the requirements or the qualifications. Like for an experience like that, even that has to deal with like Hollywood, you know, I was like, what? Like me? So, and it really was like the luck of like the lottery. And if I hadn't gotten into my head about not applying, I would have not have applied. And
Exactly.
so I'm so grateful that I did. Yeah.
Yeah, but like, what made you to change your decision just like that?
I think that I was just like, I am a fan of Bad Bunny. And
course.
so I
Who's
was like, I
not?
want to be a part of this. I also, at that
Yeah.
point, I wanted to, I remember like kind of manifesting, honestly. Like, I want to say goodbye to San Francisco with like a big, like, and I wanted to come to New York already at that point, and so I wanted to just to find something like iconic to be like, I did my time in the Bay.
Yeah.
And I was 4 years there, and that was literally, I did that in February, and I moved out of my apartment in March. Like, it was like a perfect timeline.
Oh, it was like a closure of like certain chapter in your life.
And you talked about like
Wow.
the spirituality of it all
Yeah.
earlier. Like, I genuinely think that was a universe being like, this is like your bow wow moment. Have fun, do it well, and
Yeah.
enjoy your time in the Bay.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how else I could have done that bigger. And
Wow.
like, graces of the universe that like the Super Bowl happened to be in the Bay Area. Like,
Exactly.
what? That's so random. So it was awesome.
That's super. What made you to build this confidence?
Oh my God. I think that like just overall, or applying to this,
Yeah.
I feel like
Overall. And this is like the kind of the why you applied, right? Because you already have this confidence.
yeah, that's true. Honestly, I think like I wanted to start. I mean, I hate to sound like so like, you know, or not original, but like just saying yes to more things. Like, I wanted to be able to just say yes and just put myself out there. We talk about this, like the fear of being seen. Like, you have to just get rid of that. Like, I think that like you have to be seen. You have to go after things. Otherwise, nothing will ever happen for you. And so I think I just was like, let me just apply, see what happens, and vice versa. And like, not vice versa, but like during my career also, I have to put myself out there, and whether or not I get rejected or not, at least I've learned from it, and hopefully I have some sharings to be able to tell other people.
Yeah, yeah. What is like your biggest advice to someone who is struggling to put themselves out there?
It's a good question. I think two things. I'll give you tactical, and then I'll give you like empowerment. The
Love that.
tactical piece is to talk in front of a camera. Like, truly, like I have stumbled over talking to my camera for like my personal like social media account, and I'm like, why? And I feel like the better you can speak to yourself on a camera, I think that made me feel a lot more confident. On the empowerment side, again, like nothing will change for you if you don't put yourself out there, whether it's with people, opportunities, whatever it is. Like, you have to be able to put yourself out there, and that fear should scare you more than the idea of like not, or that fear should scare you more than just not growing. Like, truly, like you want to be able to put yourself out there, and hopefully the opportunity to come out of it.
But also you're a dancer, right? So you were like through this so many things.
Wait,
But like
so many things,
through
yeah.
this like things which like, okay, you were putting yourself out there like through applying to things or like talking to a camera, etc. But like even like performing, right? And like dancing, or like I don't know if you are also acting or singing. I can assume so. But basically, you know, like that's part of creativity for sure helps you in life.
1000%. Yes, and so I still sort of am. I need to get back into it, but for about 3 to 4 months, I was a heels dancer, and I would go and I would dance hip hop.
That's very cool.
And I will say that I have never felt so out of my element. Like, I like to dance, but to dance in like a high heel with like legs open, you're doing a split.
What?
It was like insane. The clip right here. Like, truly, it was such a wild time. But like the confidence that first class gave me was insane. And now, like, watching back my first video to my second video, like the confidence is crazy. Like, in the first video, you can tell I'm like looking for like the cameraman, and in the second video, I feel like it's just me being myself. And so I do encourage that. Actually, there's a bunch of like one-off classes too, and I only did it because I went with a friend also. Same thing, like last week, went to a conference because Victoria came with me. And so I do think it's also like finding people who are also willing to help you be more confident too.
Yeah, and keep each other accountable for something, or just like support each other. It's like, it's way better to do like that.
You need accountability. It's true.
Yeah.
And it helps to have a friend do it too.
Yeah. No, 100%. Brittany, what feels the most authentic for you right now?
Oh man, good question.
The deep questions today.
Honestly, I think it's just being able to spend time with like my loved ones. Like, truly, like I feel like that's when I feel the most like myself. But also in like a really brave way, I like to feel challenged now.
Yeah.
I like the opportunity of being able to push myself to learn something new, to communicate something new, and to honestly try something new. Like, I am so encouraged to do that, and I feel like that is when I'm being authentically myself. Talking to a camera now is becoming more authentic because I've been doing it so much now for my own socials, and I think that that's where I'm at too, where I just want to be able to hopefully give back and to also inspire others. I think that that is truly like me being most authentic.
That's such a good point. That's such a good point because this also impacting others alongside how you impact yourself. You also impact the environment, which can also like create this wave of like people also trying new things, changing themselves or like growing. So I love that. I love that. How do you feel like right now in the age of AI, right? Like we are literally in the middle of that, and we are right now like becoming more efficient in our job, so we don't really create this identity to the output and basically to the product which we are creating, because AI can do it in seconds.
Right.
How do you stay deeply human in this age of AI?
I think
at work.
Yeah, I think it's a good question. I think AI is here and it's going to keep evolving. It's going to keep changing. And so I would encourage you, if you haven't, like, to get comfortable with those tools first and foremost. I use Claude every day. I use Gemini every day. I use ChatGPT every day. They're all used for different use cases. But like, I think that it's a wonderful tool, but I've only been able to learn it well because of the people that I have around me that have also used those tools. And so I think that human connection, it looks a bit different now, but candidly, like, there's nothing quite like just sitting down with someone. AI is not going to come with me to that conference. A friend is going to come with me to that conference and keep me accountable, right? We're not in the age of robots yet, I guess, but I do think that like that is how that human connection, I think, will stay. No matter what, it's built by humans. I think it's also built for humans, right? And so I think it's just a matter of being able to learn from others, continuing to, I guess, spend time with friends, like, because the best way to learn AI, I learned from my friends and hearing how they used it.
Wow, thank you so much for,
oh my god, of course,
my god, like, for all of the insights. Like, I feel like you have so many like different personalities, like as a creativity, as YouTube, as like manifestor, but also like dancer, and also like so many, and content creator. Like, there's so many things you can channel from within yourself. And I love that you are not boxing yourself also, like I'm this and this and this or this, but you are saying I'm
all
this
of the above.
and this, right?
All of the above.
And that's like, how do you, like, also the last question would be for me, if you would give advice to your younger self who was looking at this like YouTube creators and just like, you know, like exciting that, oh my gosh, like I want to be like them, and right now you're in this reality, like what kind of advice would you give to your younger self?
Well, first, learn how to do dances on TikTok in 2020. That's such a loss. I'm like, dang. I think back and I'm like, oh, what could have been? But I seriously though, I do think it's like, it goes back to just being confident. Like, you bring such, Britney, like you bring such a unique perspective and such a great POV. Like, just be more vocal. And if you end up getting struck down for whatever reason, it's okay. Grow from it. It's gonna happen throughout your career and your life, but just keep going and believe in the growth you're going to get as a result of putting yourself out there. Like, truly, that's what it is. And don't forget to bring your people with you. As you're learning, make sure you share your learnings also amongst other people.
Wow. I love that. I love that. And I'm sure that other people will also appreciate that advice.
I hope so.
Yes. All right. I think that's the end.
Oh, perfect.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Yay.
Thank you.
Thank you.